Alrighty guys, in this vid here, we have a 2010 Forester with the 2.5 NA single cam. We are going to be replacing this with a JDM 2.5. So as well, this is the Ej253 with the intake variable valve timing. This is a relatively straightforward swap, but I figure still this will clear up some questions. Reason I'm replacing this motor is it has 270,000 kilometers and it just is hemorrhaging oil out the head gaskets. This is actually one of my personal cars, and to me it's not worth doing head gaskets on a engine with 270,000 kilometers, so I'm just gonna replace it with this little JDM guy here. So first step is remove this motor. Alright, here we are with the domestic 253, the JDM 253. So right off the hop, the JDM 253 does not have the blow-by sensor plug-in. So this is not necessarily a drop-in motor. That is the only difference I see between the two. So there's the blow-by sensor on the domestic engine, and there is the plug. So ideally, obviously this looks like a really nice engine. Everything's so fresh and clean and not rusty and shiny. I think what I'm gonna do is take both manifolds off, and I'm gonna put this harness onto this manifold, and then that will give me my blow-by sensor and proper wiring. If you want to do this in a simple manner, you can take your entire USDM intake manifold off in entirety and simply just drop it on this motor, and that's it, you're done. There we have the domestic long block stripped down. One thing I'm going to do at this point, because it's easiest to do, I put a new timing kit on this and water pump probably 5,000 kilometers ago. This is my wife's car. She doesn't drive a whole lot, but obviously it makes sense to not trash my timing kit. So I'm going to put this one on the stand. I'm going to strip it down to the same level, and then I'm going to swap the water pump and the timing kit as well. And while we're in there, we're replacing the rear main seal. It wasn't really leaking, but I figure now or never. Alright, we've got the new rear main seal in here. So now I'm going to put on the flywheel. Okay, now that we've got both intake manifolds off, I've been able to look a little closer and see some other differences. So this is the JDM one. This is some PCV routing. This is not really a big deal. This can be made to work very easily by hooking up the hose that used to go to there. You will now hook it to there. So that's pretty simple. The only actual big difference I see, because this car, it's right-hand drive, so that is for the brake booster. So over here, you can see it's a blank spot, can't put it in there. It picks up the brake booster over here. So what I'm actually gonna do, I am still gonna use this. I'm going to run this over to here and connect this one to the original one. I just gotta make sure the valve is not still in this part. Worst case scenario, you can use any vacuum line. Again, the simplest way to do this is just drop your original intake manifold on. As you can see, mine is very ugly looking. This is kind of just for fun. But yeah, if you wanted to do this simply, you just put your original intake manifold on, and that is it. And back to, while we're in here, we're going to replace the valve cover gaskets and the spark plug grommets along with the spark plugs. Alright, here we're back at the Jdm Ej253. We've got all the timing components off and the water pump out. So there's some of our old stuff. I actually had a brand new Sin water pump for this, so I'm going to use that. These have like, I don't know, 10,000 kilometers on them, so I'm going to put them all back on. This was from the domestic motor. The valve covers and the spark plugs have been replaced. It's some quality Felpro in there and OEM plugs. And here we are, so all assembled. This is the Jdm Ej253. This is its intake manifold, its fuel system. The only thing I swapped over was the coil pack had a different plug. I ended up using my throttle body before even encountering a problem, just because I noticed it had a different part number. Everything else plugs in as it should and goes where it should. And again, with back here, the PCV, so I used the JDM one, so it goes into here. The only difference is this one just picks up in 2 locations from the manifold, so that's kind of better than one anyway. My blow-by sensor is on. It just goes down in the same spot in the PCV system. And that's it. Into the final step with the Jdm Ej253. This is a really cool header. It was on the car previously for the last 5 years. It didn't hold up too well to the elements, so I recently had it sandblasted and ceramic coated, so I'm hoping I get a few more good years out of this. This is a really unique unequal length header. Really has a cool sound. The rest of the car has I think a 2014 STI catback on it, so it does sound really cool. So there we are, up and running. Might be a little bit of smoke from the header coating. Yeah, it runs just nice. There we are, no check engine lights. And that's it. Job well done. Yeah, my wife will be happy to get her car back, not leaking a liter of oil per day, and to many more hundreds of thousands of kilometers. So there we go, guys. So that is how to swap a Jdm Ej253 into your domestic car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It really helps out with the channel promotion. And there we are, till the next one.